Hi, welcome to the next part. So, in this part, we're going to go ahead and teach you or review how to go from the probability equation to a decimal and a percentage. The percentage is not required completely, but I do want to inform you how to do that. So, anyways, let's go ahead and look at an example for this. So, once again, the objective of this video is for us to learn how to go from a probability fraction to a decimal. So let's look at this problem. Let's go ahead and read it. Actually, read it by yourself, and I'll read it with you shortly. Okay. Hope you were able to read it by yourself. Now let's go ahead and read it together in 1, 2, and 3. What is the probability of not landing on A? All right, go ahead and tell me, what is this question asking you to find? Think about it and tell me when you're ready. All right, I hope you were able to tell me that we're finding the probability, not A. So based off that, what we read and what we understood from the problem, we're finding the probability. And let me go ahead and change it to red because that's our favorable outcome. Not A. You have to be very careful with that. And that's equal to a fraction. So go ahead and fill up that fraction in the numerator and the denominator. Okay, I hope you were able to fill in the numerator and denominator. The numerator is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are not A, the letter A. So 6 of the options or the outcomes are not A. Now the denominator, I hope you were able to tell me that there was a total of 8. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that was the bottom number. So based off this, I did inform you and teach you that this is another way to basically write 6 divided by 8. But I told you it's not necessary to do it by hand. That I require you to do it with a calculator. So we're going to go ahead and take this fraction and use the calculator. Let me go ahead and open up the tab. So you could use your own calculator or you could use the one from Google. And I want to go ahead and use that one. Once again, my fraction was 6 over 8. Now I wanted to convert that to a decimal. So let me go ahead and convert that to a decimal. That is 6 divided by the number 8, and I click equals. So this fraction is equal to 0.75. So let me go back to the problem and write that. So this is equal to 0.75. And from there, I asked several of you, how can I change that to a percentage? Some of you guys were quickly able to identify this from 6th grade, I believe, that you just need to move the decimal over twice. And that would give you a percentage. And that percentage, let me write it in purple, was 75%. So you have 75% chances of winning this. The probability of 75% of winning this game if you do not choose A and you choose F, E, 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 C, and B. So I could explain a little bit more why the rule applies that you could just move over twice. And it's simple. It's because you would just need to multiply this by 100. And that comes from 6th grade and 5th grade, which I really don't want to review because it would take away time from our lesson. Anyways, that was a little bit of the review on how to convert a fraction to a decimal. I am going to do more of the challenging problems with probability. So it's kind of reviewing a little bit more of probability and also what you learned in this video, which is converting stuff to decimals. So let me go ahead and find a more challenging problem for us to do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this very, very popular problem that is getting a few of us, I don't want to say a lot, a few of us still confused. And let's go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read it by yourself, actually. All right. I'm going to hope that you assume that you actually read it. So I'll read it out loud. A store received a shipment of 43 eyelashes. 6 are defective. If one eyelash is randomly selected and tested, what is the probability that it is a defective eyelash, basically, after it's been tested? Kind of summarize the end. Anyways, based off that, what is the question asking you to find? Think about it. Okay, now that you thought about it, tell me what the question is asking you to find. Okay, I hope you were able to tell that it's asking you to find the probability of a defective eyelash. Defective eyelash. Now, we do have an equation for probability, so we always go to straight to that. So it's P parentheses. Now, we did discuss this in class that the word defective means it doesn't work, it's broken, or is not a good product. So I'm gonna write the letter D for defective, and then I'm gonna write eyelash, or the word I for eyelash, because I don't think I could fit everything in. All right, I did. Okay, and we know that probability is equal to a fraction, so we're gonna set that equal to a fraction. It has a numerator and denominator. The numerator is related to the favorable outcome, which is the number of favorable outcomes. So how many defective eyelashes do we have? How many defective eyelashes do we have? I hope you were able to identify it without me underlining it. But you have 6 defective eyelashes. So what's the denominator? Okay, I hope you were able to identify that there was a total of 43. Now, at this point, go ahead and convert this fraction to a decimal. Go ahead and convert it. Okay, I hope it did not take you too long to convert this. And once you divide 6 divided by 43, you should get a decimal. And that decimal is, just give me a second, I'm gonna double check I have it correct. It is actually a very long decimal, which is 0.139. But like I said, just ignore everything from the hundreds place for right now. I'll teach you how to round in the later unit. So the hundreds place, everything after that is ignored for right now. So you just write 0.13. So that's your decimal. And like I said, if you recall from 5th and 6th grade, to convert this to a percentage, you want to move it over twice. So with that, that tells us that we have 13% probability or chance of getting a defective eyelash. It's kind of low, but still, it's a possibility that you could still get it, right? Because we already know life is not perfect and sometimes luck is not on our side. Anyways, uh, just be very careful when you read your problems. If they have the word not or they have additional information, you need to be able to kind of cut that information out or integrate that information in. So, anyways, that was kind of like the summary of this part. So, anyways, go ahead and click on next part. I think it's part 4 to kind of follow up on. I think we learned what was it? It was actually experimental probability. So yeah, go ahead and watch that video.